Hello all and welcome to another pickups video, and today I've got for you, apart from one rogue Japanese Megadrive game, I have got all Xbox 360 for you. I've got a pile of games for the 360 and I've got a console variant which I'm over the moon and absolutely chuffed to bits to finally have, because I've been after one for a long time. We'll get to that at the end of the video, but let's crack on with showing you the games. Now, they've come from varying places. I've got CEX purchases, I've got eBay purchases, and I've got some which have been awesomely gifted to me by friends and fellow YouTubers. So let's start with the CX purchases, and this one which has been staring at you on screen this whole time. It is Rise of the Guardians, and yes, I did only pay £5 for it, plus the £1.95 delivery charge that they have. Quite odd that sticker's on there. Every time I buy a CX online, they never normally have this sticker on the front, but this one did. So yeah, £5 for Rise of the Guardians, as I say, from CX. So I played the roulette. I did win. Come with a nice, clean, crisp manual there, bit of extra cardboard there behind it as well, and a lovely condition disc as well. Now, I have actually already played this one and fully 1000 G'd it as well. It's not an awful game, unfortunately. It's a very repetitive game, so it's kind of short bursts would probably have been better for the experience. You do press A lot. You pretty much mash your way through the game by pressing A. It's a Diablo clone where you play as one of these characters on the cover here, sort of one at a time, but you can flick between them, and then obviously you progress your way through the levels in all of the worlds. As I say, unfortunately, hugely repetitive. Just press A lot. You kind of mix it up every now and again by pressing B to do a special attack, you know, if you're in a bit of trouble, if you want to clear multiple enemies on screen at once. But it's not a difficult completion. You're kind of looking between the 6 to 8 hour bracket. I did do it all in one sitting. But yeah, not difficult, but unfortunately just hugely repetitive, which kind of lets it down a little bit. Okay, so the next game, which is also from CX, game I have played before. I have played it again. I have played through it again on 360. As I say, I played this before, showing it to you here now. Now, I played through this on the Xbox One. I got the full 1000 G out of it, and I played through it again on 360, as I say, recently, and got the full 500 G out of it. Now, this isn't just a season pass. The whole game is on there, but there's only 500 G games got available through it. That's like 100 G per episode. But anyway, it's a Telltale game. If you do like the Telltale games and haven't played this one, I implore you to play this one, because for me, this is my favourite Telltale game. It's absolutely brilliant. I absolutely love it. So it wasn't a chore to go through it all again, even if for only half the gamer score. It's an absolutely stunning game. Didn't need to play the CX lottery with this one as such, because it doesn't come with a manual. That's why we've got all this sort of black writing here on the inlay. But £8 this one cost me, £1.95 postage, so tenner all in for this one. And as I say, I absolutely love The Wolf Among Us. I do enjoy a Telltale game, but for me, this one was the best one that they have made so far. Okay, next up, eBay purchases. First, play through this one as well. First one up, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Now, obviously, the good thing about eBay is if you choose the right seller or just choose the right item on eBay, you can see everything if they've laid it all out for you, and that's what I do when I buy off eBay. So this was nicely laid out with a nice clean crisp manual in there, so I knew it come complete with manual as well. This was £7 plus free postage, so £7 all in to have it delivered to my front door. I believe it's a fiver in CEX, so with their £1.95 postage, I'm basically paying the same, but I know it's got a nice clean crisp manual in it. Now, not a bad game, this one. Very easy, certainly gamer score wise as well. The 1000 G in this is not difficult to do as well. You play as this fella here in like a 3D environment with some 3D platforming, things like that. You start off like the early levels with just one attachment which he uses to help you sort of traverse through the level and sort of defeat enemies and sort of smash these pieces of fruit and other food items as you go through the levels. And then as the levels progress, he has 2 attachments which you can flick between, and you will need to get through the levels up to 3, and then there's a final boss and everything like that. Not a difficult game to complete, not a difficult game to get the full 1000 G out of as well. And to be honest with you, fun for what it is, for the money as well. Not an awful game, but as I say, it's not going to blow your mind at the same time as well. So yeah, Cloudy with Chance of Meatballs, as I say, always nice to pick off any game off that PAL list that I'm going for, the full complete set for the 360. So Cloudy with Chance with Meatballs, £7 all in. Next up, I haven't played this one yet. we have Clash of Titans, the video game. This was as a result of me playing the shelf game. What happens is a few of us tubers, we have a bit of a video call, a private chat, and sometimes we like to play the shelf game. What is the shelf game, just in case you haven't heard of it already? Basically, a fellow tuber who collects something that we do as well, which he tells us how many shelves he has with the games that we are collecting on it are. So, say he's got 7 shelves. We have to pick a number between 1 to 7. He counts from the top down until he hits our number. And then he tells us how many games are on that shelf. And from left to right, he eventually will pick out that number. I played this game with Big Game Owl, and the numbers that I chose led to me having to buy Clash of Titans. So the rules are simple. If you can buy it as soon as possible, you have to. And this one isn't expensive. I found this on eBay that same night for £4.99 all in, with postage and stuff like that. And as I say, if I buy it off eBay, I have to have a nice open picture showing me that it's got a manual in there as well, and a nice clean crisp manual at that. And this one's got a bit of bit of inside cover art there as well. Isn't that just nice? Now, I paid £4.99 all in. That was including free postage, which was a quid more than I could have done off of eBay. But the £3.99 one had a smash case here, and had a manual, but it was like someone had put it on a soft surface and then given it a punch. You know, it was massively dented in the middle. So for the extra quid, I thought, you know what, I'll just buy a nice clean copy. And that's also a little bit more than I would have done if I bought it off CX. CX, this is a £2 game, so add their postage, £3.95, pay an extra quid just to have a nice clean copy, which I don't mind doing if it's going into the collection. So I haven't played this one yet. It will certainly be interesting to try, as this fellow is holding up, what is that, Medusa's head? Certainly looks like Medusa's head into the air. Now, so I played that game with Big Game Out and his collection. And seeing as we're mentioning him, we'll go on to the gifts that have been gifted to me by indeed Big Game Out. Channel link in description. Now, what have we got here? We've got 4 Xbox 360 games off of him, and the one random Japanese Megadrive game. So we'll start off with the 360 stuff, seeing as we're on that at the moment. The first one up, which I have been playing, I haven't quite 1000 G'd it yet. Not a difficult 1000 G if you play on a low enough level, but will just take a long time. Sort of, it's got a wide bracket of 20 to 30 hours for the 1000 G on it. But I'm absolutely having so much fun with it. So I'm playing on a low difficulty anyway, because I'm not that good at racing games, but my weakest sort of area within racing games is rally games. But for all that, I still enjoy playing it, and I am enjoying playing it. So a nice clean copy from Al, complete with manual, extra bit of card. As I said, I've been playing it. Disc is absolutely fantastic, mate. So really pleased to have that one in. And this now means I have Dirt 2 and Dirt 3. So I have completed the Dirt subset within the Xbox 360. So yes, enjoying playing that. Hope to have that done real soon, 1000 G wise. Another one that I picked up off Al, that I saw he had that I needed. The Adventures of Tintin, The Secret of the Unicorn. Haven't got round to starting this one yet. What looks a little bit like a platformer, perhaps a 3D platformer. I don't know anything about this. I'm literally looking at the back for the first time as well. Looks interesting though, looks interesting. Share the Fun It co-op mode as well. Look at that. A whole host of characters there. I want to be the dog, Snowy. But yeah, I don't have it, so obviously it's always great to add to the collection if I don't have it. Next up, this is a nice one as well, because the Sims game on the 360 hold their value. The Sims 3 Pets. Again, not much of a manual, but it is in there. The disc there works lovely. And as I say, the Sims 3, they hold their value, but I'm not really interested in playing the Sims game, but I do want to play every game on 360 at some point, so this will probably be right towards the end or the back of the backlog as such. Nothing against the Sims, that kind of game just isn't for me, but it's awesome to grab a Sims game and have it gifted to me off of Al. And then finally, now I do kind of have this one, but I forgot to return it, so I still have my copy of this. But Al has gifted me, this one's quite a tricky one to find as well, the Connect game My Self-Defense Coach. And this one is a nice, clean, crisp copy with manual. Now, I did actually order this off CEX when they had limited copies available a while ago, but it came through with no manual and a water-damaged cover. And then during lockdown, it kind of stayed with me and I forgot to return it. So it's awesome that I now have a clean copy with manual from Al. And yeah, I say this one can be added to the collection. The other one is still sat there and could probably go back to CX, because after all, if they accepted it in that condition, they can have it back in that condition. So really pleased to have that. And the final game off Al was the Japanese Mega Drive game. All right, it's nothing special, I suppose. It is a sports game, but Al knows I like my quirky football games. I like my one-off football games, and this is JLeague Champion Soccer. And I must admit, mate, this is, yeah, it needs a case replacement, which I can deal with, I can sort. But that is a lovely, clean, crisp manual and a lovely, clean car as well. So yeah, I've got a Retron 5, so I have a way to play this as well, and hopefully stream it one day at Al's request. Don't know when that will be. Hopefully I can. If I can, I will do it. As I say, I don't know if it is just a reskinned version for the Japanese market of another game, but from that one screenshot there, I don't recognise it. If you do, please, by all means, tell me what it is, because I'm not recognising that from that screenshot at all. But as I say, I love my quirky one-off football games. I don't know if there was a sequel to JLeague Champion Soccer, but as I say, I like my unusual football games, so I'm very pleased to have this. So thank you for that, mate. I mean, one other thing that he did gift me as well, I will show you, even though it's not games, a Birds of Prey blind box, or with a blind bag in it, so a blind bag product to go into my box of my 3 blind bag series as well. I think he saw it in a Sainsbury's as part of a deal somewhere, and I love Harley Quinn. There's, 4 Harley Quinns there that you can get, so hopefully I'll get a Harley Quinn. That'll go in the box, and when it gets pulled, fingers crossed, there will be a Harley Quinn inside it. So thanks for that, mate, as well. Now, I did give stuff to Al as well, but obviously he'll show that in a future pickup video of his. So it was pretty awesome to trade some gifts with Al. Please do check out his channel, as I say, link in the description below. Final game to show you in this pickups video was gifted to me by the YouTube legend that is Kevin Wolford123. Finally got my hands on Assassin's Creed Rogue, and it's the last Assassin's Creed game that I need for the 360, certainly singularly. I do collect any games that come in a single case like this, with regards to it being a double pack or a multi-pack version, so I do still need some of those Assassin's Creed compilations. I've got one double pack, I think there's 2 or 3 of those. I've got the American Saga collection. There is a Heritage collection as well, which has 6 discs in one of these, which I still need as well. But I finally have a singular copy of every Assassin's Creed game. And of course, it comes complete with manual. Kev knows that's how I like my games in my collection. So I'm obviously very pleased to have that. Thank you very much, Kev, for that. Link to Kev's channel is in the description below as well. Hugely impacted by lockdown at the moment because he does a lot of boot sale videos, but there's plenty of old content for you to watch there if that is your thing. He streams regularly as well, and he's super interactive with the comment section. So if you love watching streamers and interacting with them, it's definitely going to be a channel for you there. So yeah, thanks for that, Kev. Really appreciate that. Now that is all the games, and I have a console variant to show you. It's not going to fit here, so I'm going to have to go a little bit rogue with my camera, and we're going to have a little bit of a jump cut here, and I'm going to show you the console variant, which I'm over the moon to get. Absolutely ecstatic. So here it is. So this is my PAL Xbox 360. This isn't my pickup. This is just me showing you my PAL Xbox 360. And why am I doing that? And why am I putting the emphasis on the fact it is my PAL Xbox 360? Because next to him now, he's got a little friend. He may look the same, apart from being a slightly different colour, slightly different shade of black. But this is now my new addition to my collection, which I am so pleased to have. This is an ntsc-j Xbox 360. Yes, it's a Japanese Xbox 360, which I picked up off of eBay. Now, the seller had it priced up at £89 plus £7.10 postage. And after a little bit of bartering backwards and forwards, because he had best offer on it, I managed to get it for £80 all in. Now, it had no leads with it, I knew that. It had no controller with it, I knew that. But I had plenty of controllers, that wasn't an issue. And I had a set of leads as well, so that wasn't an issue as well. And I'm so pleased to have one of these, because it just opens up a whole new world of things and games that I can now get for the Xbox 360. Because I mean, obviously I can get the exclusives, both ones that I really genuinely want, and some that I can get just for Gamerscore as well. Visual novels, I'm looking at you. But also some games I can get again with stackable achievement lists, because as you know, I'm into my Gamerscore as well. I won't get sort of case variants if they don't have a stackable achievement list, but if they do, I'm all over that as well. But certainly for the exclusives, I mean, I'll be looking at some of the shmups, Japanese shmups for this as well. Now, I know a lot of those ain't cheap, but I'll certainly be looking into getting some of those in the future and saving up, because some of those look awesome, and I do love a shmup as well. Apparently there are a ton of Japanese exclusives in that area for the 360 that you definitely want to be looking into if you have the means to play them, and I now finally do. I am so pleased with that. Next up for the list for me, it's not the last 360 variant I want. I do still want an NTSC version, an American one, so I can play the exclusive there as well. And obviously anything with a stackable achievement list that interests me in playing again. So I'm in the market for an NTSC American Xbox 360 as well. It's proving a little bit more difficult to come by than a Japanese one here in the UK. So my eyes are peeled though. I will be looking out for one and hopefully adding one of those as well in the near future. And the Xbox 360 family in my little flat will then be complete. And there's no region now, or then when I get that 360 for the NTSC American one, that'll be out of my reach in being able to at least play. So very pleased to have this, and yeah, just over the moon. Obviously I'm struggling for words here because I'm that over the moon that I've now got this as well, all been tested and working. So ladies and gentlemen, that is this pickups video now concluded. If you have enjoyed this video, thumbs up is always awesome. Please subscribe if you're new and all that jazz. And finally, as always, please do take care.